Hello and welcome back to Car Mechanic Simulator 2018, where I have just found out I made a silly mistake. I left some bits off of this Chevrolet C10 pickup truck, affectionately known as Trueman. So, unfortunately, back onto the lift. We'll get it done first. I did say in the last episode we were done, but we're not. I left two vital components off the car, one of which I was a bit silly to leave off. It's kind of an important bit. It's the bit that makes it go. Does help to have it on. And I also left off, is it this side? It is this side. I left off a drop link, which is not at all dangerous. So, now I think bar number plates, Trueman is done. That just leaves the engine and Jennifer to do. Now, unfortunately, it's not being picked up by the bench, so I'm going to have to put a few bits in it. But this is where things get interesting. Obviously, I have done the front suspension running gear type situation on Jennifer off camera, as I said I would. I have no idea what kind of engine this is. I should probably checked. I think it's an inline 6. I'll buy both, I'll find out. No idea how many. It's an inline 6B, so there you go. It's one of them. It's the blue engine. We are going to need an engine head as well. But on the engine head cover, I suppose, would help. But beyond that, we need an inline 6. I think it's the white one. Everything in this engine is going to be blue. Don't know if I can paint it yet. What I'm here for is these. I need 6 of these. Let me just find out if I can paint that. I'll just quickly nip into the paint booth, because if I can paint it, I would like it not blue. What can I do with this? Right now I can paint the wheel. Apparently I can paint it a colour. Apparently I painted that red. Doesn't look red. Looked white to me, but okay. Well, at least we know we can't paint the engine. Before we get into that, the engine will be probably just build it in the car. More hassle than it's worth taking it out. So we're going to need all of these nice gearbox components. But, oh, there's an alternator there. First of all, what we're actually going to need is a fuel filter. That's an important one. Don't know about any of these. But we're going to need 6 spark plugs. Because this is an inline 6 after all. And 6 of these pistons. We'll unfortunately be jumping between power boost and up parts quite a bit in this episode, because there's some standard parts we need and some many modified parts. What am I looking for? I'm way past it. There we go. Piston rings. 6 of them. So, nice bare engine block there. Let's go straight in with... Oh, I need to put it up on the lifter. There's going to be a lot of up and down on the lifter having to do the engine this way, but it's not the end of the world. So, one crankshaft with its crankshaft bearings. Benefit of doing it this way, it does mean that it's just kind of done in the car. Didn't get enough crankshaft bearing caps. Need one more of these. So I mean, back and forth out the shop, because I've never worked on one of these engines before, so usually I go for V8s, but I wanted something a bit different. Yep, one of them. Back to the car. Straight into the crankshaft bearing cap. That is a really quick delivery, might I add. So we need camshaft. Is it just one camshaft we need? Yeah, just one camshaft. Good to know, I suppose. But we can take the opportunity to put the flywheel on. And the clutch plate. And the clutch pressure plate. Very nice deep red in there. And that's where the fuel for goes with us from above. So it's nice to see a bit of colour in the engine bay here. So we'll just build up as much as we can up here before we head back underneath. Some nice forged pistons, I would expect they are. I have no idea, it doesn't actually tell me. Well, we'll get all 6 of these in. Some nice aggressive looking pistons actually. They still look broken. Engine head. There's just a couple of bolts in this on one side apparently. Looks like we've got 16 million valves to put on here. Bit of red in the engine bay as well. So we need the manifold for the 16B, but we'll come back to that because actually where spark plug should be on this side, should it not? Yeah, hidden away in there. Old style engine this one, by the looks of it. Looks like something you'd find in an old 50s pickup, I expect. Going by the colour at least. It was all the rage back then, to paint your engine. Nobody bothers anymore because engines are now just full of plastic and useless, rubbish, boring things. So we'll get the rocker covers and the valve push rods, which is the funnest job known to man. Did I say rocker covers? I mean rocker arms. So it's need 12 of these on this engine. Of them, and 12 valve push rods. those ones, I expect. It says inline 6B. The world's quickest delivery service, might I add. So, one of them. One of them. Don't think you can get any mod parts, well, modification parts for this. I mean, it is just a rod at the end of the day. I don't think there's much in the way of modifying it. Not that's going to make any kind of significant boost. Be nice if they added real engine modifications to the game, where you could do the likes of porting and polishing and things like that. Even full-blown engine swaps. I think that is actually a thing that you can do. I've just never experimented with it. Be nice to get a modern inline 6 in this car, or even a V8. There is a modded car I would like to find in the scrapyard and rebuild it. I'm not going to give away what it is, because if I do find it, it's going to be a special series, that one. I'm sure if I do find it, that series will be very much announced on social media when I'm recording it. Build up a bit of hype about that, because I'm certainly looking forward to finding it. Don't know if I ever will, but it would be nice. There's a few special cars that I've not found in the junkyard yet that I'd like to work on. And then I can just put the engine cover on. Kind of a seriously boring looking engine just now. It's not going to actually get much more interesting than that either. It seems to be just very, very blue. But I suppose it is nice to have some blue in the car rather than everything being grey. I say that as I look over to the grey pickup sitting over there. Trueman is a nice pickup. Probably keep hold of both of these trucks. Well, I say that, but I don't have any space in the parking lot for any more cars, so I guess we'll just see what I do with them. Some of the cars I have in the parking lot are duplicates and things like that anyway, so I probably will keep one of them. I will let you decide which one I keep and which one I sell. If you leave a comment below, let me know which one of these two you'd rather keep. Would you rather see Jennifer on a semi-regular basis, appearing in specials and things like that? Or would you rather see Trueman more than once in your life? So what we need here is to actually lower the car. Actually no, we'll do the whole drive shaft and things next. Maybe even put like most of the exhaust system on, we'll see. We need a clutch release bearing. That's one thing we will definitely need. Clutch release bearing, that's not even going to be in the engine compartments. What is timing cover? I'm going to need that. I know that's the one I need because it's blue and horrible. Clutch release bearing. I don't know if I have a gearbox for this car. If we do, we have two now. So, one clutch release bearing. Oh, we did have one. Good to know. Again, only 6 bolts hold this on. And one drive shaft. At least this car's going to have some momentum to it now. Just didn't forget to do this. I also didn't forget pardon me. I also didn't forget to do the drop link either. So we'll just get the exhaust done and out of the way. What do we need here? We need a cat, we need a middle muffler, and we need an exhaust pipe, followed by a V8 rear muffler. Never going to remember that. I'm sure I will. If not, it's not the end of the world. So we need exhaust, and we need a cat. No, just one. Right, and the exhaust pipe, we need the rear muffler V8, and was it a middle muffler? I'm sure we'll find out. Yep, there was a middle muffler in there. Start in the middle of the exhaust, it's always the best place to start. Exhaust pipe, V8 exhaust there, and then the cat, and then front exhaust section 16B. I don't think we can get that as a modded part. Can we? What? I say 16B is inline. That's I6B. That's an I6. We could have got that one, but no. Every other type but that one. Unless, of course, it's in engine. I don't know how much we're actually going to get for this car. We can get the ignition wires. And all of these nice bits here. Here's the manifolds, inline 6. Nope. Can we get an engine head for an inline 6B? We can. Ooh. And that adds 8% power too. Gonna have to. Just have to. That's what we need. We need a camshaft for an ICE inline 6B, which we can't get. That's irritating. What else can we get here? Not an awful lot. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to get the exhaust parts. Yeah, and a starter motor. Just make my life a bit easier. I'm just going to put in I6B. Right. We need that. I need that. We're going to need all these things. Alternator. Don't think I'm going to be able to get a fancy air filter for it. Intake, power steering, and water pump. All of that fun stuff. Right, this should be pretty much everything we need. Kind of a horrible looking exhaust section to go along with our nice shiny chrome. But what can you do? Well, what we can do is rip the engine head back off. Because we got a new one that's better. 8% performance increase. Certainly worth the work. Kind of annoying. I would normally jump cut this, but not if I have to sit through, so do you. So just take everything back off this, including the spark plugs, and refit everything to the new engine head. That's why it's worth checking your parts first. Usually I'm on about being too zoomed out, but in that case I'm too zoomed in. Other way around. Usually I'm on about being too zoomed in that case I'm too zoomed out. So this might seem pointless. It is going to somewhat ruin the general aesthetic of the engine, being all blue and stuff, but worth it. Definitely worth it. An 8% performance increase is definitely it's a decent amount actually. I think these engines have something like 250 horsepower as standard, so it's going to add, you know, at least 25 horsepower. Don't know what's going on here with the view. Okay, just keep doing that, it's fine. Another rocker arm, 3 more push rods. Looking at the running gear of the car from here, everything's so shiny. It's very nice. And just the spark plugs left to do. It'd be easier if I move the camera for this one. So 6 spark plugs to come out, hence the inline 6B. Yeah, that. Sometimes the camera in this game sucks, like most of the time, to be honest. I'm not going to do too many of these series for obvious reasons. So there you go, nice non-blue engine head. Look at all the nice red bits on that. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Game's a little bit laggy, which is annoying. It's certainly not helping anything. The mouse has the same sensitivity as a broken leg. But I started this series today, so by God I will finish recording it today. In case you are wondering, yes, I do record the entire series of Car Mechanic Simulator in a day. In one sitting, in fact. One pretty much immediately after another. Although I did have a short break in between episodes 2 and 3 today. I don't even know what episode I'm on just now, to be honest. Been a few interruptions and things like that, which is a little bit irritating. But that's life. Put these 3 plugs back in. And then move over to the front half of the engine. I mean, it does take a long time to do this kind of work on a car in real life. Significantly longer than this, because you don't have instant time. You know, the time doesn't just tootle like this. You do have to deal with other things, unfortunately. And unless you have literally every component in perfect working order laid out in front of you, and every tool you could ever need that could put bolts in that quick, you're never going to be able to do this in this amount of time to this extent. I mean, for a start, it would take longer to paint the car than we've spent fixing both of these. So 3 more spark plugs to go. And then we're almost back to where we were a minute ago. Just with a nice black bit in the middle of the engine. It actually works quite well. Kind of a little bit of a nod to the fact that this engine is not all that it looks. So we've got the ignition distributor, the rotor. I just guessed at that being the right cap for this. some nice red cables, so we're going to need a couple of clip Bs. I do hate me a clip B, so just search for it. There's only 2 clips in this game. Clip A, which is used for airboxes, and clip B, which is used for distributors. Nice and simple, very difficult to get wrong. I've only gotten it wrong 5 or 6 times in the past. We have all these bits here. There's the fuel pump, ignition coil. We do have the why just whatever. If I can put the fuel pump on from here, why can I not put the oil filler? Timing belt, if I can reach it. I'll do the water pump first. It's more accessible. Still going to be a few parts here and there that we still need to buy. Like, I don't think I have a water pump pulley, or I do, but it's in terrible condition. It's just there we go. And timing cover. Now we can put these weird arm things on. A little bit of extra work to have to do to the engine, which is nice. Use that to spin around here. Put arm B on, which will be for the alternator, I presume. It's just a guess, but yeah, it's for the alternator. Weird looking alternator, that one. Apparently we're inside the battery. Nope, that one. The exhaust manifold. So that's the exhaust fully assembled. And then the intake. Kind of does fill the engine out a bit doing this. And then what is this? Carburetor. I don't know if we got that. No, we didn't. But we do have the brake servo. Worth putting that in. So what's left to get? We need a carburetor, water pump pulley, and probably going to need a crankshaft pulley too. It's a V8 crankshaft pulley and a standard water pump pulley. Good to know. So we need. What was that? That was just. Wow, I can't spell at all. Cannot spell to save my life. And I hurt my finger typing there as well. So, crankshaft pulley. There's cam gears. Don't need a cam gear. We need crankshaft pulley V8. That's what I've done wrong. I missed out the E. Water pump pulley, wherever it is. There's the one for the supercharger. Need a carburetor as well. That'll be a backup near the top. Somewhere. Carburetors. There we go. And get the front of the engine put together at least. It didn't let me put anything on whatsoever, but there you go. It's some belt. Serpentine belt A. And then there's a serpentine belt B here for the power steering pump. And then a radiator fan, which does get ridiculously close to that crankshaft pulley, might I add. So radiator fan, don't even know if it's in this section. Radiator fan B. And that's the front of the engine thrown together anyway. Put that radiator in. Do need to get a new battery. So the carburetor. One of them. 2 bolts that magically appear out of nowhere. And then the top cover. That for some reason covers the entire air filter, but okay. So we need a battery. And I think that's it. Let's throw the battery in. Lift the car up, or truck, or Jennifer. Lift Jennifer up. And put the oil filter in that for some reason we couldn't reach from the top of the engine. No idea why that is. Don't know why you couldn't reach that. It seems like it would be easier to reach from the top than the bottom, but you know. So now all we need to do is lube her up, lubing up Jennifer. Funny thing is, Jennifer will be watching this and probably not be too amused. I'll probably get shouted at when this series gets published, but that's kind of amusing. So yeah, that's that one done. We'll just make sure by going over to Garage Entrance A, we'll move Trueman over to Garage Entrance 2, and for the first time since we got them, we'll see them side by side off the lifters. So there they are. Very nice. So we need license plates now, and we need to check that Jennifer works. So license plates for Trueman. I don't know what kind of plate we'd have here, if it ever loads. We will go for Colorado because it's got mountains on it and that's nice. And we want it to say custom, and we want it to say Trueman. It's not Truman, it's Trueman. True story, bro. And then we need another 2, which I think we'll go for 2. That's Austria. Never mind. Australian. Go for that one. No, I can't really see that one, so we'll go for the yellow one. And we want 2 of these that have custom text that say, oh no, we do want custom. Come on. I want these to say Jenny. So I don't think Jennifer would fit on a number plate. So assemble mode, rear license plate. One of the Trueman Colorado plates. There you go. Trueman. It's true that it is a Chevrolet. And again on the front. There we go. All licensed up. And on this one, same thing again. There's Jenny. And on the front here. So, looking at them now, Trueman is finished, completed. We've checked, he works, all his parts are there. Jennifer was not checked. But my god, doesn't Jennifer have a sweet ass. That's probably going to earn me a slap. I meant the car before anyone complains. The suburban style of this one is just much nicer. Get in. And something's not working. What did we miss? Let's have a look. Everything's there. Starter motor. That's what we missed. We forgot about that. And I think I've played this game many times before. Starter motor for an i6. We'll get both. Seeing as we are literally loaded. Oh, hang on. You do it from the top, don't you? That's why we forgot to do it, because it's done from the top, I believe. Same that. Yeah, it gets done from the top. That's accessible from the engine bay, so I didn't even need to put Jenny on the lift. Could have done this over at the garage door. Part mount. Let's mount Jennifer one last time. There we go. Move to over there. Close the bonnet. Jump in. And ooh, listen to that. Very nice. So yeah, there you go. Jenny and Trueman are both done, but we're not done here yet. So come back for the next episode to find out which is better, a standard V8 or a modified inline 6. I'm interested to know. If you liked this video, please leave a like, leave a comment if you have anything you wish to say to me, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this, as well as other ones that are released daily. Thanks for watching, see you next time.